Hi, I'm Evie Lynn March. I'm here in the city of Baltimore with City to City Music in the Spotlight, brought to you by Galactic Worldwide. We're here in the heart of the Art District in Baltimore, Maryland, on Charles Street at Reverb. I'm here with Sir Glenn Lamar, a rapper, hip hop artist, and songwriter out of DC by way of Atlanta. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm very good. So I just told the audience a little bit about what type of music you play. So can you tell me a little bit about what got you started into rap and hip hop?
Well, I've always listened to rap and hip hop ever since I was a kid. I think tried writing my first song with my friends when I was maybe about 8 or 9 years old. So it's always been something that's kind of been a part of what I did. It's been an expression of emotions that I couldn't always express verbally, through conversation. So kind of evolved from there. I always wrote. So eventually I got to the point where I was like, well, I'm working, 9 to 5. But this is my passion, so like I had to do it. So I took that step to do it. The rest is kind of history, and that was maybe about 2 years ago.
Okay. That's actually my next question. How long have you been performing? It sounds like you've been writing and doing this a long time, but you've been performing for 2 years? Is what
Yeah,
you're
let's
saying?
say
Okay.
2 years. Well, I released my first project independently a year ago,
Okay.
and when I released it, yeah, I did my own show, and so yeah, that was my like first kind of coming out performance. Yeah,
Very nice.
last April.
You said that since you've been working with your friends when you were growing up, did you have family members that were musical?
My father, he can play the piano. He can play the trumpet. My grandmother, she was a pianist.
Very nice.
Um, yeah, those are the two that stand out the most. Oh, my uncle, he can sing. He can also play the piano. So
Very nice.
I have some of that.
So now you said you've been now performing for about 2 years. So can you tell me a little bit about your experience in performing?
Um, well, did a show recently, October 29th, in DC, at a spot called Treehouse Lounge. It was a fairly intimate spot, probably holds about 75, but it was a good crowd. Got to connect to the crowd. One thing about if you come to one of my shows, one thing you always get is energy, and I'm going to connect. I'm going to connect with you and try my best to make sure you leave with a great experience. At least feel like
That's awesome.
I want you to feel like you maybe know me a little bit.
Sure,
You
sure.
know.
Do you write all of your own songs? You said you're obviously a songwriter, so do you write all of your own songs and perform all of your own songs?
Yes, I do. Yes.
So then what kind of message do you want to portray? You said you like to connect with the audience. What do you want the audience to leave your shows? What type of feeling do you want them to have? How do you want to connect with them?
Um, I like to think I give my audience a range of experiences and emotions in the show. I kind of think these three things through. I like to build up. I want you to feel excitement. I want you to feel happiness. I want you to feel love. I want you to feel sadness. You know what I mean? I want you to feel a range of emotions. Just it's getting to that depth of like humanity. I want you to feel it. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Is there a particular song or performance that really speaks to you or that is incredibly important to you as an artist?
Can I do a song and a performance separately? So there's
Sure.
a song. It's called Open Letters. It's from my EP titled Take 30. Just listen. It's basically a dialogue between two characters, one who's been incarcerated and one who's on the outside who made perhaps different decisions. And that inner exchange is like that song is close to me because the message in it and it's so deep. And I think people can connect with it whether you experience something like that or not. It's just the raw emotion of it. And as far as performance, I have a song and a video out now that I recently released called "This Is Business," and it's just a really energetic song. It's just about focusing on your goal, being about your business, getting it done, and it's just really hyper energetic. I like the aggression and the energy of it, so I love to perform it. Kind of like get involved with the crowd. A lot on it.
What message, not necessarily with your songs, but as an artist for, people looking at you as a role model, what kind of message would you want to portray to your fans?
I just want them to be themselves. Don't be afraid to be yourself. Be fearless. And by fearless, I mean put yourself in uncomfortable situations, do things that you otherwise you don't think you can do, because otherwise you can't grow. So when you listen to my music, I want you to be able to grow, in some way or the other.
Absolutely, I agree. Do you have any albums? You said you had an EP out right now. So how many albums, CDs do you have out there for people to look for? Do you have anything in the stores or online? What can they look for to buy for you?
Yeah, so right now it's just my EP, Take 30, Just Listen. I also have some singles and stuff that are not on it, that are on SoundCloud and coming up on my website, www.sirglennlamar.com. I had to get the plug in. So definitely check out the EP. I'm working on a new project. It's not titled yet, but I'm looking to release it spring, summer.
Okay.
Not rushing it, but when it's right, it'll come out, around that time.
Now, you're a solo artist, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
But I am looking for a band to back me up. So if anybody sees this, you like my music, you're in the D.C., Baltimore area, holla at me, Sir Glenn Lamar.
Perfect. That was a great plug. Now, what artists or bands would you say have influenced your music or your, I guess, inspiration to actually write?
There's so many. I started at the beginning, I think, Michael Jackson. I used to be one of those kids that would like watch Moonwalk, the movie, like religiously every day. Come home from school, I'd be spinning and dancing. Like, so I love Michael Jackson. Huge influence. Great performer, writer. Hip hop, Outkast, Southern like legends in hip hop. In music, they did so much for music, expanding hip hop so much past just what people may have thought it was. And I also say Tupac Shakur, because of the message that he delivered in his music and the passion that you could feel in what he delivered. It wasn't always just about the lyrics and all that. It was just about the raw emotion that he could bring across in his records, and I admire that passion. So that's three. They're countless, but I could be here all day.
I agree with that. I think a lot of artists today, they like to get that music, and music that sounds good is one thing, but to really have a message and have that passion is really important, to have something in your music that people can connect with. I agree with that. I like that. Now, what moment do you think you would feel successful as a musical artist?
I think if there's some type of format, because I like award shows just like anybody else to watch them or whatever. There's some format where like the fans could choose like in a real way, and like they're like, all right, that's my favorite artist, or like somewhat, because that's who I do it for, is the fans. So like if there's just something that more focused on like the fans' opinion on what was there. I think that would mean the most.
Sure,
yeah.
Sure. Now, where can people, do you have a website where people, you had already plugged something for me, I remember. Where can people find more just information about you specifically?
Okay, so I can go, first my website, I'll say it again, is www.sirglennlamar.com. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, they're all sirglennlamar.com, and that's spelled SirGlennLamar. So yeah, check me out on any of those avenues. YouTube, definitely new footage. Just released This Is Business, the video I just mentioned. Check that out. It's a really cool video, a lot of energy. Sir Glenn Lamar, all the same, so it'll make it easy for you.
Perfect. And actually, this CityIICity Worldwide, this Music in the Spotlight, this will help you get your music out there into several different media outlets. So, ladies and gentlemen, keep an eye out for Sir Glenn Lamar, all the social media channels, and check a little bit more out on him at galacticworldwide.com.